Hey, today we're going to talk about identifying the one problem that you're going to solve, just one, and why being everything to everyone is keeping you broke. We're also going to talk about how to monetize your expertise and my biggest revelation that helped to catapult my business to the high six figures. I want you to learn from my mistakes so you can have the exact same success within your program. Now, I do have a little disclaimer. These videos, the next series of videos that I'll be sharing are sneak peek from inside of my coaching program, Create a Profitable Charity. So I will reference a workbook. I'm going to ask you to download a workbook, but that workbook doesn't exist for you, unfortunately. So you will need to enroll in my program to gain access to that. And within my program, we talk about content. I provide instructional videos and I share content, coaching, and community. So I want you to get an idea of what it's like to be inside of my program and kind of have a seat at the table with the rest of my clients. But this content is going to be extremely beneficial for you. So stay tuned. I just want to make you aware when I reference the workbook, it's not going to actually be there. But prayerfully, I'll see you inside of my program. Stay tuned. Hi, founders. Okay, on this lesson, you're going to identify your one problem. So remember I shared on the last video, you cannot be everything to everybody, right? I don't have a problem with you providing multiple services, okay? If you're making under six figures, then you need to focus on one problem, all right? When you get to at least high six figures, okay, high six figures and above, then you can start incorporating other services because then you have the infrastructure and the resources to support multiple programs, right? So if you just have to provide more than one service, then at least promise me that you're going to identify a partner who is an expert in that other subject matter, and then they can stay in that lane and provide the resources for that problem. But you still focus on your one problem. You're still providing resolution for two problems, but you are not held responsible for solving both problems, right? So at least find a partner who can do that, and that's their area of expertise, and you just collaborate together, and then that's a good happy medium. But if you're going to be wise, and I want you to be wise, and if you're going to use discernment, and I want you to use discernment, then please identify one problem that you're going to solve. Okay? So in that one problem that you're solving, based on the 5 people that you spoke to for your message clarification, then it's important for you to determine what is your area of expertise in terms of their problem and their pain that you can solve. And you want this to be a tangible transformation. Their life is going to be transformed, but you want it tangible. Why do I want it tangible, Kendall? I'm going to tell you. You want it tangible because you want that proven documentation. You want that documented evidence that your program works. People will pay for you to solve their problem, and they'll pay a lot of money for you to solve their problem. But you have to be able to document and prove that you can do what you say that you can do, right? So although you may want to have a program that helps build self-esteem and confidence, that's great. And those programs are definitely needed, but they're not tangible. It's very subjective and it's hard to prove. You want documented evidence so you can use social proof. You can use letters of validation, you can use emails, or whatever that happens to be, where they can give their testimonial to share that at one point they were here at point A, and now from taking your course or your program or your service or through your membership or whatever that happens to be your product, now they're at point B and they're at the land of success. Okay? So think about, what is the one problem that you know you can solve? And that one problem should be something that you consider yourself an expert in. You can solve this problem in your sleep, with your eyes closed, standing on your head, turning around backwards twice on Sunday. Okay? So think about what that is. What can you do? What problem can you solve? And based on that, that is what you want to communicate to your audience that you are an expert at, and that's how you're going to monetize your expertise. Okay? So for me, mine was what I thought. Okay, let me back up. When I first created this program, I wanted to help nonprofits. I wanted to help people establish a nonprofit. Okay, so I was walking them through the process of the paperwork of how to become a nonprofit, right? Because I did that for maybe 5 or 6 years before I even started the online coaching program. So I knew the process of securing your 501c3 from the IRS, and I've done it successfully for every program, for every organization. I've been approved within 90 days, and there hasn't been an issue with the applications being returned, right? So I felt very confident. Look, I know how to do this. I can do this with my eyes closed, no problem. Now it's much easier because they have the easy form. When I was doing it, they didn't have the easy application process. But so I started this coaching program, and I was speaking the language of my audience. So I thought, okay, I did not do the message clarification. So it's important that you do that. So because I was making the assumption, I thought I knew what my audience wanted. And I thought my audience wanted to know how to go through the paperwork process, because I know that can be intimidating. It took me 6 months to figure it out myself. But once I did it and I was approved, then I have the template. So I can just turn around and go do it from somebody else. Boom, boom, boom. Make $5,000 and I was good, right? But I'm not a paper pusher, so that really didn't get me excited. But it was, again, quick, easy money for me. Fast forward, I have this coaching program, and I'm walking them through the process of how to get approved through the IRS on how to become a 501c3 and get their tax exemption. So I'm doing these weekly calls, and every question is, how do I make money? How do you generate revenue? How do you pay yourself a salary? How'd you quit yourself? How'd you quit your job? Everything evolved around how to make money, how to be sustainable, how to get the funding, how to. And then I realized what I thought was the problem that I was solving is not the problem that my audience really wanted solved. My audience really wanted to know how to make money as a nonprofit. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, I wasn't working a 9 to 5 when I started my nonprofit. I was teaching. I was an adjunct professor, which I still am today. But that's the only income that I had coming in was my college professorship. So I had no choice but to make this work. My husband was working full time, but I didn't want him to have all the pressure of sustaining our family household. So then I realized that's not what this program should consist of. The problem that I need to solve is, how do I generate consistent monthly revenue? Okay, so you need to learn from my mistake. Don't wait 6 to 8 months solving the wrong problem. Okay, go through the message clarification, as I hope that you have done, and then determine, based on speaking to your audience, what's their pain point, what's their challenge, what's their issue, what stresses them out, what's caused them to be frustrated and overwhelmed and stuck. Whatever it is that has them stuck, if that's your area of expertise, that's the problem that you want to solve. My audience was stuck, not able to generate revenue. Okay, so go through this lesson, read through it, and then go back and answer each area and determine what's the tangible transformation. You want proven results. You want documented evidence, and you want to be able to get in their head and speak their language. The more you can speak their language, they're going to be attracted to you. They're going to throw money at you because you're solving a problem that no one else has been able to solve. Who is not going to pay to have someone solve their problems, right? So download to the right, you're going to download the workbook, read through it. And I really want you to think about your audience and the conversations that you were having with them in the last lesson. And based on those conversations, what are the pain points and the stressors that they shared with you that you feel you can answer or solve with confidence? Again, easy peasy. If you are struggling to solve that problem, you are not an expert at that. Whatever that is, that's not you. So come up with something else, okay? But whatever you feel is your area of expertise, you know it like you know. Like, you know, when you woke up, you know your name with confidence. This is my name. This is who I am. That's the way that you want to have the same confidence and the same level of expertise for the problem that you're going to solve. Can no one argue you down that you cannot solve this problem, whatever that is. Okay? I got you. I'm with you. Let's go. Let's impact lives and let's transform lives. Make it tangible. I'll see you on the next video.